Today's event is first of all an opportunity to acknowledge the work of every stakeholder in the FANSER project, all contributing to Zambia's food and nutrition security. So let me begin by thanking you, all of you, for your work. Today's event gives us the opportunity to hear from the regional partners who carry out the frontline service delivery, what they think has worked well, and how these impacts can be sustained. Please use this opportunity to tell this audience what you need from national government, from the Office of the Vice President, from the line ministries, from your provincial administration, to continue to fight against hunger and malnutrition in your districts, and how cooperating partners can come in, as well as civil society, traditional leaders, churches, and the private sector.
We are calling for expansion, saturation, and rollout, especially of the care group model and related interventions within the districts where we are implementing, because you may wish to know that we are not in all the wards. So we wish, or our wish is that we could actually expand and saturate and roll out.
In most of the districts, we don't have qualified nutritionists, and this is a big lacuna. And it is one more reason why, even when funding comes, very little is allocated to nutrition-sensitive agriculture, because we don't have the personnel that can implement this effectively.
Farmer business school approach has worked very well, and therefore we are soliciting that if it can be integrated in the Department of Agribusiness and Marketing in the Ministry of Fisheries and Livestock, that would be a good approach, so that we can sustain the gains that have been made thus far. So one of the impact that which we have seen is that 41% of the beneficiaries have adopted the key practices in our farmer business school approach, like joint decision making at household level, among the many approaches that which we are promoting in our FBS approach.
Well, in order to improve nutrition in the country, we needed to establish operation structures and zero in to community level with ward nutrition coordinating committees.
So when we say institutions, which institutions are we talking about? It's all institutions, because we are saying addressing nutrition in the country is multi-sectoral, and we are saying all government institutions. We need focal point persons who are going to have that eye on nutrition, so all of them.
Upimba ndio kondo masamba nanga yai masamba si ukondo masamba nanga yai masamba.
So I did as a Minister of Agriculture, of course, and the agriculture sector in general, we are responsible for ensuring food security. We are what we eat. We collect data, for example, on the individual data diversity, on the a minimum acceptable diet. We have to collect this data before interventions and during and after interventions. I think that's one area which I agreed very much with, and would like to continue that as a ministry.
From the Food and Nutrition Commission, we are in the process of making these governance structures, all the way cascading from the top national level all the way down to the ward.
The project has set up silk networks in the community, so it would be good for the government to recognize these networks as viable grassroots platforms for economic development or empowerment.
Is it the issue of plentiness of the food, or is the actions that we are taking in terms of feeding ourselves? You know, we have to take it back to agriculture, because that's where everything started in the first place. I think it is the actions that we're taking in terms of being able to understand what we have and how we can utilize what we have in different forms and varieties.
Yes, we don't want to forget about the other 16 SDGs. That is the agreement that was made that let's tackle the most basic and the most impactful SDG, SDG 2, zero hunger.
You know, the lead farmer model, I think it's a model that the Ministry of Agriculture has adopted, but we need to scale up. We need to do more, you know, because it helps to reduce the efforts of the, you know, the extension officer because of the ratio, you know, to reach out to each and every farmer within the camp. But the lead farmer model helps us because when we train the farmers, they are able to also train their fellow farmers. You know, training their fellow farmers even by practice, as they see what they are doing, as they see how they are succeeding, as they see what is working best, and also trying to, you know, to showcase to their colleagues. From our annual work plan budgets, I think there's need for us to integrate most of these. They are budgeted for and they are funded to enable us to continue visiting the farmers, training the farmers, and also training the extension service providers who are the camp extension officers and the block officers, so that we continue to provide the trainings.
Firstly is the commitment that we have seen from various government departments that were in representation. The presence of NFNC, presence of our ambassador from Germany. All those really have shown that even after we exit, sustainability will be there. The project will definitely take off because there is buy-in from the government and all the line ministries, not only at district level, at national level rather, but it has gone down to the district, to the provinces, and also the community.
We have improved the nutritional situation of over 120,000 women, 56,000 men and 63,000 children since the start of the project in 2015. It is impressive to note the successes achieved to date, but it cannot be denied that much more remains to be done.